Okay, so the dogpocalypse is upon us, aka the 4th of July. A lot of people have their dogs that kind of freak out to loud noises. Usually this is because the dog is not desensitized or used to those noises. If you have time to lead up to it, or actually during it, especially if you have a young pup, what you can do is you can actually get them used to it. If you are using clicker training, basically what happens is loud bang noise, and then you click, and oh yeah. So instead of running and hiding like you saw Xanadu there about to do, Oscar's now used to it. He's like, whatever, that does weird random stuff. But we've created now a positive association. So what happens is we hear another loud bang, and it's not as bad. Yes, okay, gotta get everybody some treats. I know. Here you go, chicken for everybody. There you go. Now you notice this pack here, Xanadu's reacting the worst, but she went to go run and hide from the loud noise. She heard the click because she's now used to this, and she turned around for her reward. So that means she's going to start staying more for the sound, and you slowly desensitize them to the process. Now, yes, okay. Everybody gets a reward because you all hear the click. I know. There you go. Now, if they are just past threshold being that kind of mental state where you're not thinking rationally. Humans get to threshold, animals get to threshold, it's not that big a deal. But if you hit that point, you're not thinking coherently, is basically the issue. The thing you need to do is make sure that they have a calm place to go to. One thing I advise not doing, if you can help it, obviously sometimes they have just such anxiety, they're very destructive, and you might need to confine them for their safety and the safety of your things. But if you can help it, try to give them a place to go. A nice dark place that's quiet. My advice, one is some place that is far from an exterior wall, as far as you can go. If you have basements, great. If you have a central bathroom that's maybe not attached to the exterior walls, go there. Kind of like, well, if you're here in the Midwest, think like of places where you'd go during a tornado. No glass, no nothing. The reason is that bang popping sound, you can actually hear it reverberate on the glass even louder almost than other parts of the house. Alright, so go someplace like that. Another mistake I see is when they do put it someplace centralized, they don't notice the vents or the fireplace. A fireplace is a great echo chamber for that pop from the outside to echo down the pipes and then shoot out. Don't put the kennel or whatever you're using for a calm place, don't put it next to one of those. Those can easily start freaking out the animal. This also works during storms. There's a lot of times I go into a home and they say, well, they freak out, and they freak out while in the kennel, and I look and I'm like, well, the kennel's right next to a giant whistle, aka the chimney that's right by the fireplace, and the chimney becomes a giant whistle during those storms and making those loud noises worse. So what you want to do, if you can, start working with your pup. Start using those, giving positive reinforcements. They hear that loud bang, start giving treats. Eventually they'll readjust the idea in their head, and they'll start thinking that it is a more positive thing. This is also how you kind of get gun dogs or any dog that's supposed to be around loud noises used to that, so they don't freak out. The problem is, it was when they have a very bad experience and no positivity at the end, and then that becomes a phobia later on. Okay, so work on training. If you have treats, at least give those when they hear the loud bang. Then find them a place that they can hide and go, and don't drag them or force them out of there. as much as possible. If you have to arrange it so that you leave and they're in a safe spot, so be it. But try your best to make sure that they kind of choose their place of hiding. They get to go where they, if you feel, where they want to. If you're already afraid and somebody just grabs you and shoves you in a cage, you're not going to get calmer in that situation. So, also, exude confidence. One issue so many people have is that they start freaking out because they know the dog's going to freak out. And they feel bad, and then they start going, oh, I need to do something for you. I need to help you. Problem is, from a dog's perspective, that means the person or the entity, you, being their stable point in their life, you know everything. And suddenly, you're freaked out. That means they should be freaked out. You're usually their calm, their pillar, their stability. If you are freaking out, even if it's just because you're trying to coddle them and help them, that looks to them like this is a situation they really should be afraid of. And they also might start thinking in their head, we don't know for sure, but they might start thinking in their head that they're the ones who now have to be the protector. And they're not used to that role in their mind. So, best thing to do is exude confidence. If a firework goes off and the dog starts freaking out, just go, oh, that was a thing, wasn't it? Go get a reward. Get the pup back into a calm state. It's amazing. I mean, there's a reason that we have the term comfort food, because that creates like a little endorphin kind of rush inside of us that helps calm us during those problematic situations. So, find a place, train, and be calm. Thunder shirts, things like that, I don't necessarily say don't use them, because they have worked for many in the past. Don't count on them though. Oftentimes I find that they have about a 50-50 shot. The last thing that you can do is go to your vet. If your vet is willing to give you some medications, if it's really bad. However, I also would like to iterate that going to your vet for medications for these problems, I would like to be done as a last resort. Do that last night first, because that way you can actually do a more natural form of getting them used to it, desensitizing them with those, oh, it's going to happen again, with those loud noises. And notice she did not run this time, because now the loud noise means a treat's coming. You want a treat, buddy? You heard it. Yes, I would, please. Okay, so that is the process that we go through for storms. You get them used to it. Does that mean they're going to be perfect every time? No. Oscar here, he's actually pretty calm during storms, but he doesn't like to go outside when the fireworks are going off. So also you might have to rearrange your schedule a little bit for the potty breaks. You might have to change them so that way you are letting them out when the fireworks are less likely to go off. Maybe that means earlier and then a little later. You're going to have to find that out with your own schedule. So, that said, we have fireworks going from, I believe, the 27th, and I think they go until the 7th. I'd have to look that up. I'll probably put that somewhere in the written up comments regarding this. But that's basically it. Stay calm, find them a calm place, train if possible, or desensitize them and give them rewards for just enduring something that's scary, and then consult your vet for possible medications to just kind of take the edge off if all else is failing. Alright, if you have any questions, please post them. I'll be happy to answer them. If you have anything else you'd like me to discuss in future posts, let me know. Thanks for letting me talk with you. I hope to see you guys again in the future. Bye.